Hey, what's up? This is Alisa Reyes. You are listening to Music Promotions. Your newest movie, Break Even, can you tell everyone a little bit about it? Break Even was probably one of the coolest mirages I've ever been on as an actor. This was my fourth project with director Shane Stanley. And when he approached me about working on the project, the minute I read the script, written by CJ, who I just adore, CJ Wally, basically I fell in love with the script and I said, there's absolutely no way, shape, or form that I could pass on the opportunity of doing this movie. It's action, thriller, adventure, and it's about four friends that steal $50 million and we're on the run. So the ensemble of actors that I got a chance to work with were just amazing. You have Tasia Tellis, who's currently on the show The 100 on CW. You have my co-star who played my love interest, Eric Fellows. He's been on a multitude of projects, as well as Brent Bailey, who played Tasia Tellis' love interest opposite as well. And then we have Ivan Sergey, who currently is on the amazing reboot of 90210, which I'm a fan of. And then you have Steve Guttenberg and Joanna Pakula. And the list goes on and on. James Callis, with the amazing actors that we have. But my favorite thing about the project is the fact that a lot of it was on the water. I'm a water baby, and a lot of people don't realize and know that I used to have a boat racing team, a cigarette boat racing team with a company called Superboat International based out of Key West, Florida. And I was the driver. I had an amazing throttle guy, and I drove a 32 Fountain Mercury boat and raced a couple races, even got second place, I think, in a Miami race, if I'm not mistaken. And that was probably one of the most best adrenaline rushes I've ever had. So when I saw this movie had to do with land and water and sailboats and yachts and speedboats and trucks and all, and I drove a really badass truck in the movie. So I did some of my own stunts. I even jumped off a sailboat a bunch of times in the water that was like legit 49 degrees, but it's for the greater good of the project. And yeah, I'm really excited for everyone to see it. It's a must-see. It's going to be out in spring 2020. And if you're following me on social media, which my social media is Alisa Reyes, I just recently posted kind of like a sneak peek first look of an unofficial trailer, but from what we're able to share, it's really amazing. We have Linkin Park on the scoring soundtrack of it, and yeah, it's exciting. It's really good times, and I can't wait for all of you guys to see it next year. When you are looking through scripts, what grabs your attention and gets you like this in the movie for me? I'm just going to repeat that question. When you are looking through scripts, what grabs your attention and gets you like this in the movie for me? I think there was a couple typos, but I think I understand what you're saying. I think when I'm looking at projects, what attracts me the most is the storyline and the connection that I have with the character and the overall concept and message. I've always been very particular on my do's and don'ts of an actor. There's certain things I will do and there's certain things I won't do. And I think all of us have our own paths and we are all allowed to make choices. That's the beauty of being a human being. But at the same time, I feel like as I've gotten older and transitioning from when I was younger, I think some of the roles now I pick can be a little bit more controversial, a little bit more edgier and dark, maybe more in the shadow aspect of life. But there's nothing like a good old-fashioned role that just really touches your heart, makes you laugh and cry, and really brings light, to the story, and let alone to the character. So I just really think at the end of the day, it's all about the message and the concept and my connection, my alignment with the character. Any plans to move into writing and directing your own movies? Oh, I've been producing and writing for many, 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 many years now. I'm really excited. This 2020, I will be releasing a documentary with my amazing team of people. I'm producer on a documentary called The Orange Years, and I'm also in the documentary itself. But it's called The Orange Years. Check it out, theorangeyears.com. And it's about 80s and 90s Nickelodeon nostalgia. So anything and anyone related to Nickelodeon, if you basically think about it, is in this documentary. We have, the first president, Geraldine Laybourne, of Nickelodeon. We have Melissa Joan Hart. She was from Clarissa Explains It All, and then she did, I think, Sabrina, the Teenage Witch, and now she's just directing herself and is still working on a multitude of projects. We have Phil Moore from Nick Arcade, Mark Summers from Double Dare, my cast of all that on Nickelodeon. So you have myself, Kenan Thompson, Kel Mitchell, Josh Server, Lori Beth Denberg. You have Danny Tamborelli from Pete and Pete, and he also was on all that on Nickelodeon as well. You have the cast of Salute Your Shorts. Shout out to my girl Venus. So you think about Nickelodeon, it's in our documentary, and it's totally family friendly. It's all seen in just an amazing perspective of a positive ray of light. And I think it's a great nostalgic visit down memory lane that fans will love if they were, an 80s, 90s baby and was able to sit down and have cable and watch Nickelodeon. If not, maybe they watched it at a friend's house. So stay posted. We will be announcing, basically the launch of what the plans are for the documentary and where the home will be for 2020. So please stay posted. But in the interim, you can watch our teaser trailer at theorangeyears.com or follow us on Instagram or Twitter at orangeyears.com or like us on Facebook. Okay. What would be... Oh, and then I forgot to mention, aside from the Orange Years, I've been working on a multitude of projects in regards to producing. So I have a film that I'm working on called Seeking the Red Rose in Mexico. I have a film... that is called Girls Will Be Girls, that is kind of like a horror sci-fi that I'm producing and starring in. Then I have an animated show that I'm working on. And so I would say, yes, when I'm not on set or working, on a project, that I'm home writing, and creatively working on my projects. I'm also working on a kid's book, which is really exciting. I would say, throughout the next year, you'll probably see a lot of these other projects that I'm talking about be, coming into final fruition. So I'm very excited to share all this with you all. Okay, what would be your dream casting? Oh, and then really fast, you had asked if I wanted to direct. Or if I've direct. Well, I've been doing a lot of producing and writing. Directing, yes, that's actually something that got brought forth to the light that I've been pondering and thinking about, and I think that's something I definitely would love to embark on. I love being in the arts. I've been in the business for 30 years. I started when I was a little wee thing. So I'm originally from Manhattan, New York, but I reside in the sunny West Coast of life, and I would say having the opportunity and the blessing to write, to produce, to be on camera, to do voiceover work. I also sing, so I write a lot of my own music. Directing just makes sense. So yes, to the topic of directing. Okay, and then the next question is, what would be your dream casting? I think for me, as a thespian, I would love to play like the Queen of Spain. I'm Irish, Italian, Dominican, so anything Mediterranean-based, on an island, with a pretty landscape, anything time period piece, preferably the Tudors era. I would love. Like the Princess Bride is like iconic. That kind of energy would be ideal as well. The Tudors was another one of my favorite shows. So something maybe along those lines. Or if you really want to switch it up, maybe like action Sin City vibe. That's why the project that I'm producing and starring in called Seeking the Red Rose in Mexico was something that really piqued my interest because it's based off a true story. And basically I play kind of like just a badass drug cartel woman, you know, but the storyline's amazing. So stay posted on these little projects that I'm telling you about. I'm just giving you little sneak pieces. What's it like being back on all that? I would say the best way to sum it up is full circle moment. Hashtag full circle. Because being on seasons 1, 2, and 3, and then doing the pilot before we even started season 1, and then now they're on season 11 with an amazing cast that I have to shout out to because honestly, they're all so talented and they bring such joy to my heart that when I got a chance to meet them, I literally could look at them, even all the way down to meeting the parents, I could look at them and go, gosh, I know exactly what your frequency and energy is because I've been there. And so the connection that we have was there before we even met, if that makes any sense. And then the fact that we have all of the same people attached to the project. So we have Brian Robbins, who was the creator, you know, and producer on the show. Now the president of Nickelodeon, and now he brought back the show. And then we have Kevin Coppolo and Heath, the original writers, and now they're writers and producing. And then we have Kenan Thompson, who's EPing the show, and Kel Mitchell, who's EPing the show, and they've been on the show as well. And then, you know, by the grace of God, they're bringing some of us OGs back. So Josh Server's been on the show, Lori Beth's been on the show, and I've been on the show. And so I know it's been great because the parents of the kids now are like aware of who we are, and then you have like their kids learning about the new cast and then learning about us. So it's really an iconic, like, perfect alignment where families can sit down and literally watch the show, and it's for everyone. So, in a nutshell, this whole experience has just really been mind-boggling, but I've just been loving it because it makes me really happy. And so, all the way down to the makeup and hair team, I mean, we have like the original makeup artist, Michael, who was on it when I was on it in Orlando, Florida. When we originally started shooting the show was in Orlando, Florida, and at Universal Studios. And then he came out to LA when we came out to Paramount and shot it at Paramount Studios for a little bit. And then it moved to different studios. But like the fact that he is still back on the show is tripping me out. When I saw him, I was like, oh my God, you haven't aged. We're immortal. And so the whole experience has been great. I've played some amazingly fun characters that so far I've only aired on like, I think 1 or 2 episodes. I'm going to be airing on a couple more, so you just have to stay posted throughout the season. I think the one that aired first was the Girl Scout troop leader. And I can't tell you anything else, but I just have to say there's a big surprise. And I think fans are going to be really ecstatic. And when I have the go to be able to promote it, I can't wait for you guys to see behind the scene pics because this is so iconic. And the moment that I had for this moment that I can't wait for all of you to see was just like as if I never left the set from when I was a kid. So let's just say I still fit in my costumes. But yes, and definitely I plan on being able, you know, to do more work with all that throughout the rest of the seasons, and it's just been awesome, and I can't wait to have you guys see what we have in store. Okay, if you could bring back any of your other shows, what would you choose? Oh my God, that was like a great question. One World. We're living in a one world. I would say that show. I missed being on Teen NBC, which was the good old Saturday morning programming of Peter Engel. He produced Saved by the Bell, the New Class, City Guys Hang Time, California Dreams, and then my show One World and a multitude of other shows. And it was funny, I just recently saw Peter Engel. To stay in touch with everybody. It makes me really, really happy that I'm able to stay in touch with people, not only from all that, but from past projects. Because that's what life's about, is about creating your own tribe. So anywho, I recently saw Peter Engel, and it was just a full circle moment for me as well. And so I would say probably One World, because that's like literally legit fresh in my head. I would say probably it would be, great to do some stuff with past soap work, maybe. Past soap work would be fun. Like maybe when I was on Passions, that was really good old fun soap days. And I played Sydney Valentine, which was a recording artist that had this storyline with the Whitney and Chad characters. And I am a singer. Some people don't know, but I've been singing since I was a little girl. I majored in musical theater. I'm originally from New York, so I went to the Old Fame School in New York and majored in musical theater. So I used to be in a girls group called 3Gs. We were signed with Hollywood Records, Disney, and had a song on the Disney soundtrack of Princess Diaries called Second Chance. And that was a really fun experience. Then I went on to do solo music. So right now, I actually have a song out on all digital platforms called Back and Forth. And shout out to Lenny King Twig and DJ Evil D. And I do have a couple of other songs available on other digital platforms, but definitely check out this track that I just dropped this past Labor Day. It's a fun dance track that I really think you're going to want to bump in your car or work out to. Let's see. And then I would say, I just want to send some love and light to my proud family. My proud family people. La Cienega Boulevardes. Shout out to my Disney Plus proud family people. And yeah, those are the shows, I would say. Let's see. Okay. Any plans to do a reunion for any of them? You'll just have to wait and see. You'll just have to wait and see. Would you like to join Dancing with the Stars? Oh, man, that's such a fun show. Shout out to Kel Mitchell. He just got a perfect score, and now he's in the semifinals. And him and his dance partner, Whitney, are just adorable. I am so proud of him that my mom, God rest her soul, she was a big fan of the show, so if she could see Kel dancing, she would be so excited. And yeah, she always made comments like, oh my God, Alisa, it'd be so cool if you ever, danced on a show like this. So if the opportunity arose, yeah, definitely, I would totally embrace it. You have new music out now. What can you tell us about your music? So, yes, I have a song on all digital platforms, Amazon Music, Google, iTunes, Spotify, TuneCore, and more. It's called Back and Forth. Lenny King Twig produced it, and he's the rapper on it as well. And then you have DJ Evil D, who mixed in, finessed the song and gave us his love. He was one of the main guys on the track, Return of the Mac. I'm like a huge fan of that song. I randomly, when I need to be in a good mood, I would play that song. So when I got a chance to work with him, I was like, yay! I was so excited. I'm like a hardcore, 90s. I don't even know if that song was late 80s. I think that was 90s. But yeah, that was one of my go-to tracks. So working with all of these people on this song was really great. And now having it out so everyone can listen to it is even more exciting for me. So I plan on definitely releasing a video out in 2020. And I plan on doing a listening party as well after the new year. So stay posted about any flyers and ads about a listening party. And in the interim, I do have a couple other tracks that you can also check out on digital platforms called Sexy Hot. And there was a music video I did that you can check out on my YouTube channel, Alisa Reyes channel, to see my Sexy Hot video. And yes, I plan on releasing some new tracks in 2020 as well, so stay posted and you can check out more at alisareyes.com. How long do you spend on the writing and recording? I think it varies on the song. There's times where I get a track and then it could just be a random moment. I'm in the car in traffic and I start humming a tune. I'm like, oh my God, that was it. Oh, I gotta write it. I gotta voice record it. And boom, there was the song. And that's kind of what happened with this back and forth song. I really wanted something fun and sexy. I would say my inspiration was kind of the energy of an Aaliyah, confident and just move her hips to. And just a guy and girl can maybe dance to. Or it's something you can listen to while you're getting ready or working out or in your car, but it's just feel-good music. And it's all about the frequency to me. So this song actually came really just organically, authentically from my heart. And I think as long as things come from the heart, then they're going to come out really smooth like butter. And hopefully not complicated. And that's what happened with this song. It just was like a smooth process, and I pray that all my other songs are like that. But that's what makes a good song, you know, is adding those textures and layers. And sometimes something can take a day or something can take a couple weeks. But this one in particular, we banged it out. We knew we had something fun, and I really hope all of you like it. Have you any plans to tour with your music? Funny that you asked me that. I am working on something to where I might do a mall tour. So I will keep all of you posted. That's something that I'm considering. I got presented with a fun idea, and I think I might fly with it to where I could tour around and maybe host and get a chance to kind of showcase my music with other artists and myself. So yeah, you know, I think the sky's the limit. Now that I'm able to branch out a little bit more creatively with my music when I'm not on set, I feel like now I have the opportunity to really go out and perform and get a chance to really connect with everyone one-on-one. So yeah, stay posted. Will you be bringing your music to the UK and Europe? Right now you can get it on digital platforms if you're international. I would love to come over to the UK and Europe. So when that happens, trust me, that will be like a live streaming moment announcement. But in the interim, right now, I'm in the States. But anytime I have any kind of tour or any travel dates, just follow me on social media at Alisa Reyes. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Snapchat. I'm on Hoosay. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. Or check me out at alisareyes.com. You could sign up for my newsletter and learn more about my private acting coaching or my classes located here in California. What have been your highlights of 2019 so far? I would say starting off the new year with a project, which was that movie Break Even, and being able to do what I love so early, right in the beginning of the year. I even started the new year off because I take hot yoga with like a 30-class hot yoga challenge that I started off like a month before I did my movie, which really got me grounded. It was like a perfect Merkaba. Merkaba means like mind, body, spirit balance. And I was able to get centered before I started my film. And then after coming out of my film, segueing into all that, I got to then go from like mirage to inner child fun, which was totally amazing. And then going out of the summer into now the holidays with promoting my song and a couple of other projects that I'm working on. So I am really excited about some new things that are happening this 2020. I can't say anything yet, but let's just say early 2020, you're going to hear a lot of fun things coming my way. So please stay posted. It's totally going to be worth it. Plans for 2020. I would say my documentary, The Orange Years, Spring Break 2020 Break Even, is coming out. Then a couple of other projects that I'm producing and writing and that I'm also attached to as talent will be coming out as well. Seeing me on all that throughout the end of the year going into next year. And a couple of surprises that you're not going to want to miss. So like I said, hit me up on social media and you know, I just want to thank all of you for all of your love and light. And I send you all love and light this holiday season. May this 2020 bring you so much abundance and love and just stay in that high vibration. I'm Alisa Reyes and you're listening to Music Promotions.